The World According to Garp was Robin Williams' second feature film, and it was also Glenn Close's first feature film. It came out in 1982. It is one of those films that that people that do like it aren't really sure why they like it, because I've heard a lot of criticism about this that it's more of a series of good bits, series of good anecdotes without really much of a point to it. Really not sure what's to take away from it, other than some good performances, really. But frankly, I kind of disagree with that. I do think that The World According to Garp has lots of good themes. It has some good points. And it's a really good biography, too. Of course, it's fictionalized. It's a fiction film based on a fiction book by John Irving. And I think that they really tried their best to make this, not really an Oscar bait, but they just wanted to make the movie the best thing that they possibly could have. The movie deals with Garp, who's played by Robin Williams. His mother is this kind of strict nurse who's a single woman. She's Glenn Close. It's about his life. Starts off when he's being thrown up in the air as an infant by his mother, all the way to just about the end of his life. He's at this private school, eventually develops a love for creativity, a love for writing, and he grows to be a really talented wrestler, and he falls in love with one of the coach's daughter. So I thought that was a really nice touch to it. They end up starting a family, and his mother grows to be a very successful writer, when in reality it was just her wanting to pursue writing because it just kind of like a bit of a retaliation to Garp, because Garp was one that loved writing even more. Even though he's the better writer, she's more successful than he is. So throughout Garp's life, there's all his ups and downs and zigs and zags and all these nice characters, some fun characters. There's these tragedies, there's these comedies, and there's these really likable moments. There's some funny moments. There's some really, really sad moments. And for the most part, I thought that the movie really tried to juggle all of these elements pretty well. The movie is it's rated as being a comedy drama, but I think that it leans more towards the drama side, which, it's not a big deal or anything. But as the movie grows a little bit later, it kind of seemed more heavy-handed in terms of its seriousness. I haven't read the book, but I do think that in the book it's probably I'm not sure if it's written different in the book, but it seemed very heavy-handed, some of the deaths that happened in the movie, because World According to Garp, it's a full life of this man named Garp, and so of course there's going to be death in this. Death is one of the most prominent themes in the movie, and frankly, I do think that almost all of the elements in this movie that involve death are very forced. They wouldn't be too heavy-handed if they didn't seem so random. Frankly, there's there's this one death in the film. Okay, I don't want to spoil too much, but I do think that there's this one death in the film that is heart-piercing, but it's 100% earned. There's some other deaths in the film, on the other hand, that I don't think are earned at all. They just seemed there just to be like, okay, there needs to be this, or needs. It seems like it was too much of a need, and just because almost like there needed to be some sort of a progression. There needed to be some things of death. The movie was doing such a beautiful job in letting things flow and letting the characters decide things and letting the movie kind of write itself and letting the movie do its things. But frankly, that doesn't last throughout the whole thing like I was hoping for. If they would have changed some of the forceful things in the last little bit, if they would have changed some of those, this would have been a great, amazing film. But frankly, it isn't because of those reasons. But the acting is really good. Okay, Glenn Close and John Lithgow were nominated for Oscars, and rightfully so. The themes of this movie are also really good. As a biography, Garp learns about life and death and art and just really everything. But the movie, but what I really loved about the movie is its main focus on just loving life. Yes, life is full of ups and downs. It is full of sadness and madness and evil. But it's also full of happiness and enjoyment and just love that you give, love that you get. And frankly, when we see how almost everything around Garp shapes him and impacts him into being the wonderful person that he is, the wonderful person that him and his family end up becoming, that's what's so good about the film. Frankly, I was really surprised when people said that they didn't really really understand what the movie's main message was. It's not just the biography of a person. It's about loving life no matter what. Trying to make the best of no matter what we have. So because of that alone, I really loved World According to Garp. Some reservations, but that's not really enough for me to say I did love this film. I did love it. I'll give The World According to Garp from 1982 3.5 stars out of 4. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you again next time.